Good morning, Kati 410. Time ay clear and audible po. Clear po ang ating audio.
Yes po, sir. Audible po and clear.
Okay, so before we proceed with our discussion, kindly open muna your cameras while I share my screen. So, I'll be clarifying things when it comes to the computation of cementing as well as meron pala tayo nalikdangan pa na cementing. Supposedly, yesterday natin siya madidiscuss. Kaso, hindi ko na siya naalala. Dahil nung sa mga questions ninyo with regards sa final project. Ano. So, proceed muna tayo dito with this part here, yung ating na-discuss na last computation under cementing. Okay. So, pa-open ako ng cameras nyo. Dadalawa lang naka-open, mga nakahiga pa at iba.
Mirror yung parehong wifi source.
Tayo ba? Tatatlo, naka-open ng camera. As per my view, tatlo lang. Okay. Ako mamaya, mag-screenshot ako. Mag-screenshot ako later about randomly mag-screenshot ako throughout the discussion. Sino lang yung mga nakakita na naka-open ng camera, those are the only present student in my class for today. Anyways, going back to what I'm saying earlier, so for this particular example that we have discussed last time, before we proceed with directional drilling, so meron dito tayong constant. Just to recall muna pala, we have computed here yung sa volume ng cement. We also have computed the volume of the displacement fluid or yung ating drilling fluid. Then we also compute the pump pressure to land the plug. And we also have the hydrostatic pressure of the formation. So this is accounting for the maximum, the minimum fracture pressure and the maximum pore pressure found in our borehole. No. So just to recall, last time here, we have this value here, yung 15.48 feet per barrel. So technically, it was written there na siya ay from the standard tables. However, we can compute directly for it. Okay? So pwede, kaya po natin siyang i-compute directly. So this mud is pertaining to the kumbaga meron ditong height ng mud, then we also have the length of the spacer. No. So as you can see here, yung height ng mud, we know that the mud is present on this part here. Let's say hanggang dito siya. Then yung tira na part is for the spacer. So yun lang po yung kaniyang yun lang po yung kaniyang thought or concept behind that. No. So paano natin makukuha itong 15.48 feet per barrel? So basically, this is based on the annular volume factor of this one. So paano natin makukuha ang annular volume factor nito? So we have the inner diameter ng ating 13 and 3/8 inch na surface casing, then the outside diameter of the 9 and 5/8. So we just need to find the inner diameter of 13 and 3/8. Ano nga yung kanyang inner diameter based on our discussion last time? Diba that's 13 and ano nga yun? And 3/8, that's the outside diameter. So getting its inside diameter, we would be basing from the casing specification table. So the inside diameter of it is the outside diameter, which is 13 and 3/8, that's 13.375 if I'm not mistaken, minus twice its thickness. However, its thickness is still unknown. So basing it from the table or the casing specification table, let me just open yung ating file for that. Saglit for a while. Midterm. So the inside diameter is said to be 13.3/8. Ano ang nominal weight? That's 54 and 0.50, diba? Yeah, that's 54.50. So inside diameter is 0.38. Ano nga ang ating inside diameter when we evaluate this value or this equation? Pa-compute nga po ako. Ano po ang inside diameter natin?
12.615.
12.615 inches. Okay, so to get the annular volume factor, that's just pi over 576, diba? Yung ating shortcut formula. This is from pi over 4, tapos meron pang 144 as conversion factor. Kaya po siya naging 576 yung denominator natin. Okay po. So multiply po natin sa difference ng square ng inside diameter ng surface casing, that's 12.615 square minus the outside diameter ng ating intermediate casing, that's 9 and 5/8. 9 and 5/8 is, ano yung 5/8? 625 ba? Hindi 625. 625, tama. Na naka-square. Kindly evaluate this one. This will be the annular volume factor. This is in feet cube per foot, diba? Ano po ating annular volume? What would be our annular volume factor?
0.3627.
7. Ano no? Mahina audio mo, Jel.
Yan po, 0.3627.
0.3627. Ito ba yung nandito sa taas? Same lang yung nandito. Ito, 3627. So this is in feet cube per foot. So that's feet cube per foot. So converting this one into barrels, we just need to multiply it, or we just need to multiply it with the conversion factor. For barrel, there is 5.615 feet cube. So what is its value in in barrels per foot? Kasi makakancel na yung feet cube, matitira is barrels on the numerator, feet on the denominator.
0.0646.
0.0646. This is in barrels per foot. Pero ang hinanap natin is in foot per barrel. So, para din makukuha yan, we just need to find its reciprocal. Verify nyo nga kung magiging 15.48 yan. Yung reciprocal ng 0.046. That is approximately 15.4 Actually, 4799. That's in feet cube per barrel. So we just need to find its reciprocal. Okay, so we don't need it to be given or to source it out from a standard table. We can compute for it directly. Okay po. Okay. Clear po iyan. Guys, nakuha po yung pagkuha niya. Kung saan galing. Sure ha. So, hindi na natin siya kailangang i-given since it's computable naman. Then, yung value na nakuha natin, we just multiply it with 40 barrels kasi it was given that there is a 40 barrel of spacer present. However, the unknown is yung length niya na na-occupy dito. Kasi this is the length that is yung pinaghahatian po ng ating spacer and the mud. However, we don't know the length that is occupied by the spacer. So we just use this we just use the reciprocal of the annular volume factor. Clear po iyan. Clear po. Clear na po tayo dito. Okay. So I assume you don't have any question with regards to how we get this. So we will be proceeding with the next part. It's still under cementing kasi nakalimutan natin kahapon na siya ay ma-discuss. No? So we have this, actually this is 13 3/8. It's typographical error. So we consider a 13 3/8 inch 61 pound per foot casing set at 800 feet with 14.8 ppg of cement and 8.33 ppg of water for displacement. So yung ating displacement fluid, it was stated here that it is water. So the question is there any danger of floating the casing out of the cement? Kasi ayaw natin nalulutang siya. So in the concept of buoyancy, we will be getting the force or yung weight niya kung siya ba ay mag-exceed doon or kung siya ba ay dapat siya mag-exceed na kasi kung less than siya sa buoyant force, ang tendency mag-float po siya. Diga? Di ba buoyant force by free body diagram, it's upward yung direction niya. Then the weight is downward. So dapat, para hindi siya mag-float, mas mabigat siya kaysa sa buoyant force or mas malakas yung magnitude niya kaysa sa buoyant force. Okay? So under static condition, we can compute for the force. So yung difference in force can be computed by this one. Okay, so we have here this 0.052 times the density times the height. This is pertaining to the pressure or the hydrostatic pressure. Tama? And we multiply it by this one. This part naman here is the cross-sectional area. Diba when we multiply pressure and area that's equal to force. Okay po. Kaya po naging ganito yung ating equation. So this is pertaining to the density, itong density na ito, this is the density of the cement. Multiplied to the length, it is 8 occupied. Kasi the casing is said to be 800 feet. No. So meron po tayong 14.8 ppg of cement. We multiply it with the cross-sectional area. The cross-sectional area is based on the diameter of our casing. So that's the outside diameter of the casing. That's 13.375. Then naka-square po siya multiplied to pi over 4 to find the area. Okay? Next is to subtract. Yung sinubtract natin dito, it is pertaining to the force naman that is acted by yung buoyant force. The buoyant force ba? No, it's more of doon sa force na ina-exert ng casing. This is the casing. This is yung casing mismo kasi we have here the 800 feet multiplied to its ano ang term nito? nominal weight, the nominal weight given, that's 61 pound per foot. Okay, kung makakancel yung feet. So we have remaining unit na pound. Then we add it to 800 feet multiplied to 0.052. This is, ito pong part na ito, including this one, is still the hydrostatic pressure. Multiplied again to this one. So ano po ito? This is our inside diameter. Okay. So our inside diameter is 12.515. Saan ang galing ang 12.515? That is the outside diameter, di ba? That's the inside diameter. The outside diameter minus twice the thickness. So mag-iiba siya doon sa kanina kasi yung ating nominal weight is iba. Kanina is 54.5. Then ngayon ay 61 pound per foot, na. So the outside diameter is 13.375 minus twice yung ating thickness. The thickness based on the casing specification table. So by now you should have already a copy of this, yung casing specification table. That would you can use it as your basis for getting. I'll be sending it sa atin para doon sa ibang walang kopya. Saglit. I-send ko sa GC natin. Casing specification table. Or siya naman po ay searchable sa net. But I'll be sending it for your convenience na rin. Yan. Na-receive na po. Nakita nyo na sa messenger. Okay. So, it was given, yung inside diameter natin is 13. The outside diameter is 13 and 3/8 feet. So, yung nominal weight is 61. So, that's the third column for 13 and 3/8. So, yung inside diameter niya is 0.433 or 430. So, that's 0.430. And when you evaluate this one, it is supposed to be 12.515. Is it 12.515? Can you verify nga po? Okay, so that's 12.515. Okay, so this is the inside diameter of our casing. Okay, so yung atin pong magiging result based on we evaluate it separately. We evaluate the first term, then the second term. So subtracting this, we result with negative force. So this negative force indicates that there is insufficient buoyancy to float the casing. But this is under static condition. Okay? This is under static condition. What if we indicate or we nagkaroon tayo ng intervention with regards to the pump pressure or yung pump natin? So, we differentiate yung density ng ating displacement fluid and yung ating cement, which is yun yung dinidisplace ng ating displacement fluid. This is the water. This is the cement. Diga. So, the difference of it, density, so we use the formula for hydrostatic pressure in order for us to get the pump pressure needed to pump this cement. So the evaluated value is 269.2 psi. So with the pump pressure acting on the inside on the casing, the additional force due to pump pressure is given by this. We have a given pressure. This is the value that we got earlier. Then we just need to have the inside diameter kasi we are only pertaining to the inside of the casing. This part here. Kaya siya ay inside diameter lang. Multiplying this to this area, the cross-sectional area of it, yung loob. Kasi if that's the top view, ito, let's say this is the top view. Ito kasi ay side view. Yung top view niya, ito, we're pertaining to the circle itself. So, kaya po siya ay area ng circle. That's d square times pi over 4. Okay. So, we get its force, that's 33,115 pound force, or 33.115 kips or kilopounds. Okay, so the total force acting on the casing is given by this one with the computed net force earlier during the hydrostatic pressure during the static condition. Now, so adding this two, we get 28,189 pound force. So in this case, yung hydrostatic pressure or the hydrostatic condition are not sufficient to lift the casing. However, with the pump pressure added, yung unrestrained casing would be lifted out of the well. So we need to restrain or dapat nakatali yung ating casing para hindi siya lumutang. Nagigets nyo po? So the question is qualitative in approach. Wala naman tayong ina-ask dyan na value, di ba? Kasi ang tinatanong, is there any danger lang if in floating the well? But we prove it quantitatively. We prove it using numbers. Nagigets po? Nagigets? Nagigets po ga? Okay. So, sa example, halimbawa ganyan ang tanong, tapos biglang tumamba kayo na no, hindi magpa-float yung ano. So, syempre, kailangan may basis kung yung pinagkunan mo ng no. Wala ka naman, nanghula ka lang sa yes or no. Ano, so may basis po tayo with regards to the calculation. Okay? Okay. Let's have here another problem. So this problem is pertaining to the value or the volume of the cement associated with the volume of spacer. And so we have this formula. So yeah, ito yung mga formula na gagamitin natin. The volume of cement is just the product of the length and the capacity of the hole. This capacity is pertaining also to the annular volume factor. Same lang yan kasi it's in feet cube per foot. Okay. So the length of balance plug, we get the length ng balance plug with working in work string in place. So yung formula natin would be the ratio of the volume. That's the volume that we have computed earlier, all over yung ating capacity for the annulus, the sum of the capacity ng annulus and the tubing. Okay? Then we can get the volume of the spacer behind the cement kasi magkakaroon po tayo ng given a volume for the spacer ahead naman ng cement. So we just need to find its ratio. So this is the volume of the spacer ahead. Para makuha yung behind, we just need to multiply ito the ratio ng capacity ng tubing at ng annular capacity or the annulus. Nakukuha. So let's apply it in a particular problem. So we have here a given. Actually, ang given po natin, we have the open hole diameter. We have the hole capacity. We have a drill pipe. Drill pipe po natin is this one. Actually, we can compute for this one. How can we compute for this one? Any idea from you guys? Kahit hindi siya given, makukuha natin yan. Pero paano? Any idea? Using the formula again of annular volume capacity or the annular volume factor. So that's pi over 576. Ito na yung ating gagamitin na 576 para diretso na siyang feet cube per foot. Okay po. Diga that's pi over 4 times 144. Ay 4 times 144 is 576. So mas madali na lang siya. Then we multiply it with the open hole. Just since this is the open hole, it is just literally the inside diameter of the ano. Kumbaga para siyang technically the inside diameter of the hole. So that is 8.5 square. Anong sagot? Anong sagot po diyan?
0.3941.
0.3941, which is exactly this one. Okay? So kahit hindi po given yung hole capacity, you can compute it directly from the given diameter of the open hole. Gets po yun. So mag-expect kayo sa exam na kumbaga less lang yung given, hindi siya yung kagaya ng mga sample problems natin. Kasi some of the values can be computed directly from the other value given. No. So nakukuha naman po yan. Okay, we have a drill pipe. Yung kanyang outside diameter is 4 inches. Yung kanyang nominal weight is 14 pound per foot. For pipe capacity, actually dapat dito sa pipe capacity, pwede natin ito makuha din. Paano natin makukuha ito? Actually, kahit di given ang pipe capacity for this one, kahit ito lang ang given, yung drill pipe natin, yung drill pipe na specifications natin. So, that's 4 inches. So, that is the outside diameter. But we need to have the inside diameter. Tama? So, inside diameter natin is given as, ano yung inside diameter? So, that is 4 minus 2 times the thickness. Ano yung thickness natin for drill pipe? So, this is not a casing. This is for the drill pipe. So, I'll be sharing it to you. Drill pipe specification table. Saglit. Ano nominal weight? 14. Meron dito. Pare-pares naman siya. Okay, so I'll be sharing this one. I-share ko na lang lahat pala. Para hindi tayo pa ligoy-ligoy. Okay, can you see it now on your end? This is a drill pipe specification table. Iba ba siya sa casing specification ha? Iba ang drill pipe sa casing. Balik tayo sa chapter 1. Iba ang drill pipe sa casing ha. Ulitin natin, ang drill pipe yung siyang part ng drill stem. Ang casing yun yung nagpo-protect sa ating bore. Kumbaga siya yung directly contact with our formation. Pinoprotect niya yung borehole from the formation, lalo na kung hostile yung condition ng ating formation or hostile environment. Acidic in nature kasi yung formation natin, it could be acidic, it could be corrosive. Kasi once it is corrosive nga, yan, pabalik-balik tayo sa concept na yun. So anyways, going back to this one, we have the drill pipe specification table. So we have a 4 inch. This is the diameter or the outside diameter of our drill pipe, 4 inches. Then ang ating nominal weight is 14 based on our given. So what would be the inside diameter? The inside diameter, actually may inside diameter ng given dito. So it is 3.34. Okay? 3.34. Buti meron siyang given na inside diameter. You don't need to actually you can use, but you don't need kasi may given na naman po tayong inside diameter. So the its inside diameter is 3.34. It is at all cases, the internal and external offset and all types of grade or pipe grade. Pare-pares lang naman po iyan. No? Okay. So going back, we have 3.34. Go back here. That's 3.34 yung ID natin. So, paano natin kukunin ang ating pipe capacity? Yung makukuha nating pipe capacity is in feet cube per foot. Okay? So, the equation would be pi over 576 multiplied to our inside diameter. That's 3.34 square. Try nga.
$0.0608.
which is this one. Okay? Ito po iyan. Nakuha po natin. Nakuha po nung iba. So, ibig sabihin, ito palang pipe capacity kahit hindi na din siya given. Kahit ito lang dalawa ang given. Actually, ito makukuha din natin ito mamaya. Turo ko sa inyo kung paano yung kunin. Ito, dito muna tayo. So, paano natin makukuha ito? I-divide lang ulit natin siya with 5.615, which is the conversion factor from feet cube to barrels. Nakukuha. Divide nyo nga 5.615. Anong magiging sagot? 0.01084. Na-verify sa calcul nyo. Same lang siya. Ano? So, yeah. Kahit hindi given uli itong pipe capacity, hole capacity, and as well as the annular capacity. So, paano naman itong annular capacity? Do you have any idea with regards to this one? Kung halimbawa, this is our borehole geometry. Let's say, natin. Let's say this is our borehole geometry in 2D. Kahit, hindi, dito na lang. Nagda-drawing lang din naman ako. Okay na to. Okay na to. Okay. So, kanina, the whole capacity is pertaining to this part. I'll be coloring it as green. Whole capacity is the buong hole. Okay? This is the whole hole. Yung buong hole. Okay, so i-control Z ko. Yan. Wala ba mag-control Y? Ulit. Balik ko yung ano ha. Yun ha, yung buong hole. Ang pipe capacity naman, this is pertaining to the yellow part. Ito po, yung nasa loob ng pipe. Okay? Yung nasa loob ng pipe. At I think this one, wala siyang casing. So, siya ay open hole. This is, hindi to casing ha, this is the pipe. Wala siyang casing, so open hole po ito. Pinakita ba yung casing? Wala naman, di ba? So, assuming this is open hole. Okay pa. Drill pipe lang po yan ha, hindi yan casing. Kasi syempre, meron din po yung wall thickness. Okay, so that is the pipe capacity, yung yellow. The annular capacity is, saan naman siya? Ito pong blue. This one. Okay. This one po ang annular capacity. So, paano natin siya makukuha? Any idea? Can you give me the equation for getting the annular capacity directly?
Minus po.
Ima-minus yung whole
Whole capacity minus the annular.
digit ba? Possible yun? Kasi meron pa ditong ano eh. Hindi siya pwede kasi meron tayong ditong thickness. Hindi siya pwedeng directly minus. So the more efficient way is to use the whole diameter and the diameter or the outside diameter ng pipe. Okay? So that's ano magiging equation natin? That is ba yun? Pi over 576 multiplied to the square or yung difference ng squares ng diameter ng hole, that is, anong diameter ng hole? That's 8.5 minus the diameter or outside diameter ng drill pipe, that's 4. Check nyo nga kung siya ay magiging sakto. Five, 7, 6 times 8.5 square minus 4 square. Tama. Nakuha natin ito. Ano? So, tama. So, ibig sabihin, kahit ito lang palang tatlo ang given, makukompute natin ito or makukuha natin yung hinahanap natin for this particular problem. Okay po. Clear po tayo doon. Are we clear with this one? Okay. So, we have the last given, which is the spacer head or ahead the cement that is pertaining to V sub SP1. That's 10 barrels. Okay. So, paano ulit nakukuha ito? Ito ay divide ulit natin with 5.615. Okay? That's naman kung paano nako-convert itong feet cube papuntang barrels, diga. Okay. So, we apply the formula that we have discussed earlier before we proceed to this problem. So that's the volume of the cement. That's basically the product of our capacity ng hole and the length of it. So the length is 500 feet. So saan galing itong 500 feet? This problem is basically based from this diagram. Ito po yung diagram na pinagbasehan natin. And as you can see, the interval is given as the 7,000 feet depth to 7,500. So that's technically 500 feet in length. Okay? 500 feet in length po iyan. So that is multiplying these values, we get 197.1 feet cube. Okay? So for this one, actually, meron ako nakitang error. Pero hindi naman siya technically error, but kumbaga parang yung hindi na consider. Ano yung hindi na consider? Hindi ka open hole to. So dapat meron tayong excess required. Tama? So the default excess required is 25%. So pwede mong i-multiply ito by 1.25. Okay? Kung hinihingi sa problem na may excess required. Okay? Pero kung hindi naman, mag-stay tayo dito. Okay? Pag ni-require lang sa problem na we have to consider the excess required, yung safety factor natin na 25%, so we just need to multiply it by 1.25. Kasi this is an open hole. It is probable for loss circulation or fluid loss. Clear po tayo doon? Are we clear on that?
Sir, bakit po 1.25?
Kasi, bakit the 1.25? This is the 25% na excess. Kaya siya kasi ito yung mismong value, yung 197. Itong 0.25, yun yung additional excess na idadagdag natin. Hindi siya pwedeng 0.25 kasi that's pertaining to the 25% of the, so mababa yung value niya. Pwede naman 0.25. Di i-add mo ulit yung 0.25 dito. Ay di, mas maganda pa yung 1.25 ang minultiply. Clear po tayo doon. Gets mag-jello? Ba't ganun ang emoji? Okay. So we can now proceed with the length of the balance plug. For the length of balance plug, that's technically the computed volume over yung sum ng ating capacities for hole, I mean for the annulus and for the tubing. So that's evaluating this, we get 536.1 feet cube. Feet lang. Okay, next, we have the volume of the spacer behind the cement. Hindi pala natin ito nabigyan ng pansin itong displacement kanina. Pero, dito na lang natin siya i-focus. So, dito muna tayo sa volume ng spacer behind ng cement. So, that is just the ratio. So, ang gagamitin naman natin dito for the capacity is yung pong in terms of barrels per foot kasi ang given po natin is in barrels. Okay? Pero, actually, you can use, or technically, you can use also this one. Kasi, ratio lang din naman po iyan. You can use in feet cube per foot. Kasi ratio lang din yan. Makakancel lang din yan. Diga? Imagine that. Ang matitira is still in barrels naman. Kumbaga, yung ratio naman nitong dalawa, similar lang po siya sa ratio na siya ay kapag siya ay naka feet cube. Nagigets po iyon. Kasi makakancel lang po ulit lang naman siya. Okay, basta ang matitirang unit by unit analysis is just the barrel. So that's 10 barrels. Ang matitira po is, actually this is not exactly 2, but meron po siyang point something. Ano yung, I think this is, hindi pa siya nag-exceed sa 2, parang 1.9 something siya. Ano yung value niya? Ano yung value niya po?
1.9853 po.
1.9853 barrels of spacer. Clear po tayo doon. Clear. Okay, for the displacement volume, we just need to plot all the values. So direct substitution lang ulit yan. The annular casing, the tubing or casing capacity. Actually, this is tubing, since yung ating wala siyang tubing or walang casing, so that's the drill pipe capacity or the pipe capacity, no? Kasi open hole naman po siya. Okay, so next we multiply it by the depth. Yung depth natin, we are pertaining to the total depth. Knowing that by the figure, the total depth is 7,500 feet. Okay? That is 7,500 feet kasi that is yung displacement volume displacement fluid natin is occupying from that 7,500 feet papuntang surface. Clear po tayo doon. Next, we have minus the length of the cement. Yung length of the cement na compute po natin iyan. Itong 536.1 plus the length of the spacer. Yung na-compute natin kanina is the volume of the spacer behind the cement. So, para makuha natin yung length ng spacer, we multiply it or we use the conversion factor natin. Itong conversion factor ng that's 0.0184 that is pertaining to the pipe capacity kasi nasa loob siya ng pipe. Okay? Nasa loob po siya ng pipe. So, by unit analysis, dapat division siya para makancel yung barrels tas matira ay foot or feet. Okay? So, yung ating magiging sagot when you evaluate this one in the calcu is 73.5, approximately 73.5 barrels. Question. Nagets po iyon. Sure ha? May questions pa? Before we proceed with directional drilling, yung first part lang, since we have started some yesterday with regards to northing, easting, and the change in depth. Question. Ay, meron pa palang isa pang problem. Itong forces on the casing at the packer. Before we proceed with directional drilling. Meron pa pala dito isa. Isa ba or dalawa pa? Isa. Ito kasi will not be focusing on this one. So, ito naman kasi ay more of specified for drilling engineering. Kung mag-masteral ka ng drilling engineering or petroleum engineering, you can focus on that. But more of ano naman siya. Addition of nitrogen. So, this is more of a modified technology applied in drilling engineering. So, pwede naman tayo hindi na mag-focus on that. Dito muna tayo sa this problem here. Okay. So, problem on page 89. So, meron po tayong given. May iba't iba po tayong given. No? So, ito yung given natin. Then, we have different formula. Yung formula na gagamitin natin is PE. PE. P sub E, it's pertaining to the external pressure to which the casing is exposed to the packer. So that's P sub E. Okay? So yung gagamitin natin po for the formula are the PSQ, that's the pressure of the squeeze. Di ba you're familiar with squeeze cementing? We have discussed such. Then, yan, it is more of ano na lang, hydrostatic pressure yung kasama niya. Okay. So bakit naging ganyan yung equation niya? Kaya naging ganyan yung equation po niyan. This is the external pressure. External pressure. Yung sa, tawag dito, external pressure, yeah, to which the casing is exposed to the packer. This is pertaining to this force here, going to the left. Then, as you can notice here, this one is pertaining to the pressure exerted by the fluid 1. That's the density of the fluid na nasa loob ng casing or the whole annulus. So this D2 is the the hydrostatic pressure exerted naman by the lightest fluid. Okay. Hanggang 2 pa to eh. Okay. So we have here this is positive, yung squeeze cementing or the PSQ or squeeze cementing pressure. Kasi it's opposing the PE or P sub E. So let's say yung pakanan is positive. This is positive. Positive din yung ina-exert na pressure ng 1. But however, for P2, this is pertaining to the mud. It is to the left. Kaya po siya naging negative. Eh bakit po positive pa rin PE? Eh pakaliwa po siya. If you are to find its equation of equilibrium, pag nilipat mo ito sa kabila, magiging negative siya, negative PE. Di kapag equilibrium, dapat equal siya sa 0, so may matitirang 0 dito. Nagets po yung equation natin kung bakit naging ganun. Gets po iyon kung bakit positive yung PE. Guys, yung pinagkunan nitong equation na to. Sure ha? Okay. So using this given problem here, we compute for the external pressure needed. So we have the squeeze pressure given that the final squeeze pressure is 3,900 psi. Then plus meron po tayong dalawang present na fluid. We have the brine and the mud. The mud is 11.0 ppg. Okay, so 0.052 times D1. D1 is the depth 1. That's 4,000. That's pertaining to 4,200. So this is the depth 1. Okay. Then yung density ng fluid present on that particular that's the density of our mud. Okay po. So the density of our mud. So the density of the mud is 11 ppg. Then we have the minus the hydrostatic pressure exerted by the lightest fluid. Ano yung mas light? Brine or yung mud? Comparing its density, mas light po yung brine. Okay? So kaya po siya yung naging D2 or D2P2, rho 2 or yung mismong hydrostatic pressure for sub 2. So minus 0.052 times 300. Dito is pertaining to the depth from 4,200 to 4,500. So that's technically 300 feet in length. So our external pressure needed is 6,160 psi. Can you verify if it's 6160? I think there's an error for this one. Verify nyo nga po. Hindi siya 610. 6160.
$6169 po.
6169. No. Okay. So we have 6169 psi. So with the collapse pressure of 4910. So this collapse pressure, saan siya nanggaling? Can you remember from chapter 2, yung na-discuss nating collapse pressure computation? So, it is already predetermined or nakalagay na po siya dyan. Or gusto niyo i-compute yung kanyang collapse pressure based on the given. So, siya po ay predetermined na 4910 PSI. So, there must be at least 1259 PSI inside the casing. Kasi this 1259 is pertaining to the difference of these two. So, that's 6169 minus 4910. That's 1259 PSI. Okay po. So, meron daw po dapat additional na 1259 PSI para magkaroon ng collapse. Para ma-prevent natin yung collapse. Okay. So, this is assuming that it is a new casing. Kasi, in terms of the deterioration of this casing's integrity, syempre, sa pagluma na yan, sa pagbaba ng collapse pressure, mas madali siya magko-collapse, di ba? Kasi na-deteriorate po yung kanyang mechanical and also its proper, basta yung mga chemical, mechanical, and its internal properties. So, nagde-deteriorate din po siya. Okay, so the hydrostatic pressure daw po of the brine is given as 1856. So, this is based on this one. Saan galing yung 1856 dito po? Tama ba? 0.052 times 300 times 8.5. Hindi pala yun. Or it's pertaining to ano? Kasi let's multiply natin sa 4.5 or 4.2. Yeah, this one is yung sa brine kapag yung depth niya is itong 4,200. So that's 0.052 times 4,200 times 8.5. Kasi yung brine, di ba siya yung mas, kumbaga parang nagdi-displace dun sa cement. Okay. So, na-exceed niya ng 597 yung ating P1. Ang P1 natin is this one. So, there's, we can say that it should be it should be safe if the casing is new. Okay po. Clear po tayo doon? Clear po tayo doon? Guys? Okay. So let's have muna a 5-minute break before tayo mag-proceed with the next problem. Actually, isa lang yun. Tas another, bukas na yung iba. Bukas na lahat. Charot. Pwede ba bukas na yung lahat? Kasya ba yung bukas? Saglit, isipin ko muna. Kung kakasya. 5 hours tayo bukas, tiga. Pero ano ang Sir Gab, para may conflict tayo sa kanya. So, siguro mga 10 tayo pero OA sa 10 ng start. Kasi by 9:30 daw ay sa inyo siya. No? So, yeah, mga 10. 10 to 12 tayo bukas. Okay? 10 to 12 lang yung magagamit natin. Kasi pag ginawa ko siyang 7, alam ko kayo mga bagong gising, hindi nyo ma-absorb yun, kaya hindi tayo mag-start ng 7. Since makeup class naman siya, so okay lang na 10 tayo mag-start. Okay lang po. Wait lang. Abot ba yun ng Check ko nga. I-estimate ko lang siya based sa 5 na Start na natin yung isa ngayon para bukas sure na yung the rest ay madali na siya. 2 hours. Pero mag-break muna tayo 5 minutes before tayo mag-proceed. Balik tayo ng 12:40. Para lang bukas ay sure tayo na abot siya. Okay, hello uli. I'm back. Okay. So, before tayo mag-proceed pala doon sa ating mismong discussion, para man lang ma-regenerate yung inyong mga brain cells based on the discussion natin kanina. Siguro isingit natin muna yung presentation ng two students for their hindi naman siya final. Ano nga yun? Yung sa narrative report. Sino gusto mag-volunteer? Mag-raise na lang ng hand. Lagi na si Jello. Sino pa yung isa na pwede mag-present ng kanyang work? Though yung submission pa naman niya is by 28 ba? Tama ba? Pero yung meron mga nakapagpasa na. So, sino gusto pa mag-volunteer for additional 5 points doon sa magiging score ng narrative? For example, 95 yung grade ko sa'yo, tapos may additional 5 points. Di 100 na yung kasi nag-volunteer ka mag-present for to the class. Sino pong gusto mag-present along with Jello? Sino ko nga mga nagpasa? Kung sino mga nagpasa. Doon ako mamimili. Baka kayo mag-unsubmit ha. Lilima lang pala yung nagpasa. Hindi ko pa nagpapasa Jello eh.
Papasa na talaga.
Lilima nandito. Excluding pa si Jello.
Refresh.
Sabi kayo ng number 1 to 5. Sabi kayo ng number Jello 1 to 5.
1 po.
1, si Sophia, pinakauna. Maria Sofia de Castro. Okay, si Jello muna magpe-present after si Sophia. Share screen, the floor is yours. Jello, nasa na? Bandila na mamaya.
Wait po. Kita na po ba? Shucks.
Hindi siya kita. Black siya.
Bakit? Black lang? Why? Wait, represent ko. Sorry. Yan po.
Dapat din.
No.
Black talaga siya.
Racist.
Ano gagamit mo? Laptop? iPad?
Laptop po.
Send mo lang sa iba, tapos sa kanila mo ipapresent.
Okay.
Tapos ikaw na mag-explain. Isa lang ang page yun. Or si ano muna habang nagpe-prepare si Jello, si Sophia muna.
Sige po.
Ngayon si Pia. Mag-screenshot ngayon ng mga naka-open. Absent na mga hindi nakagip din ha. Go ahead, Sophia. Wow, talagang diretso sa ano eh. Sa Google Class.
Sir, visible na po ba?
Visible na. Kaso naka-entire screen.
Ay, sige, wait lang po. So, yun po. Good day po. For my narrative report po, which is entitled Decoding the Assembly Line, a Plant Tour Deep Dive po. First is yung planta po na pinuntahan is yung Nature Spring po. Wherein nasaksihan po namin dito is kung paano po ginagawa yung Nature Spring bottled water, which is gumagamit po sila dito ng yung new Crohn's equipment po, tapos ay through the pre-form po para mabuo po yung pinaka bottle po. Tapos ayun po. Dito po is nakita po namin kung paano nilalagyan ng water, tas kung paano po tinatakpan, at kung paano po nilalagyan ng mga etiketa po. Tapos po is yung sinabi din po dito sa Nature Spring na yung production po is tumatakbo po in 24/7 po, para po masigurado yung kalidad bago po i-distribute sa mga consumer po, like yung sa mga dali po, SM bonus, ganun po. Tas ay for the second company naman po, which is Enertech System Industry Incorporation po, wherein sa paglibot po namin po dito is na-observe po namin dito yung manufacturing processes ng mga boilers, yung mga pressure vessels po, at iba pa pong industrial equipment sa iba't ibang production base po. Which is yung bawat bay po ay may kanya-kanyang function po, mula sa paghahanda po ng mga raw materials at pag-assemble po at paglalagay po ng insulation sa pagkakabit po ng mga